and welcome to lesson number 1 with your only physics maths teacher. In this lesson, we'll be talking about recurring decimals, but we'll specifically focusing on how to convert recurring decimals to fractions. Now, before we start off, what is recurring decimal? Recurring decimal numbers are those numbers after the decimal place whose numbers are repeating itself. All right, let's look at the problem example out here. Express or convert the following recurring decimals in the form a on b, where a, b are integers and b is not equal to 0. In other words, it is asking us to convert these recurring decimals into fraction. So in here you see that it says b is not equal to 0. That means when the b, which is the denominator in here, when it is equal to 0, that means our fraction out here will become undefined because any number cannot be over 0. Okay, let's look at the problem number 1 in here, a, where we have 0.3 recurring. This point means it is recurring, or meaning to say that this tree is repeating itself. And so to solve such problem, we have a few steps out here, so pay attention. Step number 1, let x equals 0.3 recurring. Now step number 2, when you look at the number, now what we are going to do is this tree is recurring, so only one number. So what we're going to do is we multiply this one by 10. So whatever we do it on this side, we do it on the other side too. So it becomes 10x equals 3.3. It's still recurring. Now step number 3, we are going to subtract this. So before we subtract, I'm going to rearrange it. All right, after rearranging it, step number 3, we subtract. So let's subtract this. 10x minus x will be 9x, which is equals to, now all these recurring decimals on the other side, subtract this recurring decimals will give us 0. So 3 minus 0 out here is 3. So now we have 9x is equals to 3. So we make x become the subject. We divide 9 on both sides. 9 on both sides. So 9 and 9 cancel. So now we are left with x is equals to 3 over 9, where when we simplify it in its simplest form, x is equals to 1 over 3. So our final answer is, when converting 0.3 recurring to fraction, it gives us 1 over 3. So these two are equivalent. All right, let's look at problem number 2. Is 0.27 recurring. So what it means out here is these 2 and 7, they're recurring or repeating themselves. Just like what we did, step number 1, let x equals 0.27 recurring. Since we have 2 decimal places in here, we are going to multiply both sides with 100. So in here, 100x equals, when we multiply by 100 on this side, it becomes 27.27 recurring. Now, next step, step number 3, we are going to subtract. So step number 3, now we are going to subtract. So after rearranging it, let's subtract this one. So 100x minus x will give us 99x, which is equals to, on this side, all the recurring decimals out here, to 7 recurring, they cancel off. So 27 minus 0 is 27. So now we have this one, so we make x become a subject, we divide both sides by 99, we divide both sides by 99. So 99 cancel, so now we have x is equals to 27 over 99. We'll further simplify this one using 9. So 9 into 27 is 3 times, so that is 3. 9 into 99 is 11. So therefore, our final answer when converting 0.27 recurring is equal to 3 over 11. All right, let's look at problem number 3. Problem number 3 is 2.314 recurring. So in here, we have this 1 and 4 only recurring, but not the 3. So our first step in such case is to separate the recurring from non-recurring decimals. So first thing first, what we are going to do out here is we are going to multiply this one with 10 to separate the recurring and non-recurring decimals in here. That means when we multiply, it becomes 23.14 recurring. So now we have 23.14 recurring. So the next step, just like what we did, step number 1, let's say let x equals 2.314, or in other words, let's say let 10x equals to 23.14 recurring. So when we have 10x, that is, let's say this one is equation number 1. So now we are to multiply this by 100. So that means we were going to multiply both sides. So when we multiply this side with 100, then it becomes 1000x is equal to 2314.14 recurring. So now after rearranging it, we are going to subtract. So subtracting this, let's subtract this one, where 14, or 1 for recurring, 1 for recurring, all of them they cancel out. So 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 minus 2 cannot, so we borrow 1 from here, it becomes 2 and it becomes 11. 11 minus 2 here, it's 9. So 2 minus 0 is 2. 2 minus 0 is 2. So we have 2291, which is equal to 1000x minus 10x will give us 990x. So now we have 990x. We divide both sides by 990. Divide both sides by 990 to make x become the subject. So 990 cancel. So we finally left with x is equals to 2291 over 990. So we can now further simplify this one. When we simplify, we're going to have some decimals, so we leave the answer as it is. But our final answer now, we can say when converting 2.314 recurring, it gives us 2291 over 990. So to proof check all your answers here, what you're going to do is you can use your calculator to solve this one. So you will see that in decimals, those same recurring decimals will appear. So thanks for watching. Bye for now. And if you like more, please like, subscribe, and follow on my page below.